TorontoRappers.com. It's your boy Track-T, aka Tactics, Mr. Track to the Tdot. Track-T is a producer / rapper, artist development, do everything, specialize in helping people write and all that stuff. Been making beats for a while, like since time. I mean, from when Young Tony dropped his first mixtape. You know what I mean? I did a joint on there. You know what I'm saying? I was 15 back then. You know what I'm saying? And then I just gradually I don't know, somehow I just always gravitated to the right people. You know what I mean? Later on down the line, linked up with Guillotine, P-Rain and them people long before any of that stuff. You know what I mean? I did that joint every day and every night. Did that when I was like 16. Just moving along. Ended up running into Heartless on the West End, you know what I'm saying, with Quanche, linking up with my buzzing Kamikaze. We did a lot of joints. I mean, the most popular one I could say was a Hood Life. That was like, I think it's like 180,000 reviews right now.
Hood got connects, get it for a hood price. Trying to buy a tile up, that's Tyler Shook Knight. Niggas bust guns even if they can fight. Faggots get their cap twist like a fucking Bud Light. Twist guns, drugs, pigs, hood life. Hood sell a lot of crack till we live a good life. Hood life, hood nigga, show you what my hood like. Neighborhood got everything for a good price. Hood life.
I mean, I didn't even expect that to happen. Like, shit was just, I don't know, he's a different type of artist as a whole, you know? And then just moving forward, I mean, doing a lot of work with Quanche. I mean, he's done remarkable things. I mean, him as an artist is just, I mean, I haven't seen anything like it. Ever.
Bling blow in the booth for the while. The only thing that I can really do until trial. I'm not in the bin with my dudes, so I smile. But it's the same shit, different day, different pile.
Just more happy to even know somebody like that, just that sick, you know? Doing a lot of shit with my cousin, my buzzin, Kamikaze. We did Let That Bump. That is a little hood single. Did some numbers still. And he did the Smelly joint. I don't know if you ever remember that beef back in the day with Belly.
This is Smelly. And from that we came on Project Boss. That was the birth of the Smelly movement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a caller called up and actually said, he goes, I'm down with the Smelly movement.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And that kind of sparked it.
It wasn't even me to dub it the Smelly movement.
But you took it.
Smelly. You called up and said, this is the Smelly movement. He's down with the Smelly movement.
More than that has happened since then, though. You took it a couple steps further. Caravana was wild.
Yo, Caravana was crazy. You'll see all of that on the DVD. The ball movement. You know what I'm saying? Look out for that. You'll see all that on the DVD. Well, Caravana, we had our tour bus. We were promoting our stuff. The Easy Mac, the label, the EasyMac.com, all of that. But then after we came up with a tour bus, rap tour bus, had the Smelly ball moving on the back of the tour bus, promoting the DVD coming and the CD coming.
You know what I'm saying? I was part of that shit. Moving forward, you know, just working on myself. Earlier this year, around January 1st, literally, I dropped a mixtape, First Line of Defense, Track-T. Go check that shit out. Yeah, who I am right now, just trying to put a sound to the Toronto, you know what I mean? At least be responsible for that. A lot of rappers right now, a lot of selection of rappers, not like what it was when I literally started, you know what I mean? Been involved with a lot of shit, and I just seen it just progress and grow. I've seen it branch out to plenty different directions, but I haven't necessarily seen like that signature sound I can say that's Toronto. You know what I mean? Aside from a rapper saying A, you know what I mean? But you know, Dirty South already took that shit over. That's what my whole goal is. As being Track-T, I want to create a sound that can definitely be Toronto and say, yeah, that's Toronto, you know? When you hear a gang of hi-hats, you think Dirty South. When you hear that hard drum with that sample, you think New York. When you hear those synths, you know what I mean? And that, you know, you think West Coast. You know, they all have their signature sound. Miami with Rick Ross, you know what I mean? Bay Area, they got their own sound, you know? So, like, why haven't we developed that as yet, you know? I mean, back, if you think early 2000, there was that generic kind of sound, like every time it was playing on floor, you'd see like, yeah, that's a Toronto sound, you know what I mean? That's a Toronto sound. And you wouldn't even know who it was, and half the time you were right. And like, a good chance of this because the song is pretty shit, you know what I mean? And I'm not hating, just stating, you know. But that's my whole goal, my whole objective is just to create a real sound that can be, yeah, that's Toronto, you know. And I've tried, you know. Hopefully it works. You know what I'm saying?
Can you feel my pain? 19 in the game and I'm trying to get rich. Got a bottle full of change. Switching lanes, I ain't even driving. R.I.P. I'm riding. Need these niggas like I'm dying.
Heartless, working with Heartless. That, oh man, that youngin is, oh man. Like, when most artists is coming to do like one song, he's doing like 12. Literally, I'm not even playing. Like, he, like, there was nights he ran me to the ground just pumping out beer songs, you know what I mean? Like I remember this one time, like, we literally banged out like 11 songs that day, you know, and I only had like enough time and energy in that one night to mix 5 of them, you know? And like, the daylight was coming, and the man had a fresh bottle of VO juice, and he was like, yo, Tracks, here's the next blunt, come. And I'm looking at the time and I'm like, Regin, it's like 6:30 in the morning, dog, what the fuck, yo, like yo, let me rest, we go do this tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? And like, literally, like, yo, he would hold me to that and be there the next day, ready to do more shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, had his whole crew on his swag. Like, it was just crazy how he developed his own shit, you know what I mean? Just like that. Like, really picked up on it. Everything I learned and I knew, I showed him how to do it, just, you know, really organizing his music, you know what I mean? In the sense of like hooks and arrangements, and after that, woo, it was a wrap. It was a wrap, like, it was like clockwork, you know what I mean? Like, and like every track that we did together, like, I'm looking on the YouTube and I'm seeing like, yo, 3,000 minimum. Like, minimum. I literally, I was smoking a blunt one day and I tallied up all this nigga's views, and it's like over a fucking million. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy is like, you know, like, he really something, you know what I mean? Really something ill with it. Like, and his music's sick and the people love him, and like, just working with him, it was exciting. You know what I mean? Every time it was exciting. I was always like, what's this guy got to do next? Because he's coming with beats, and then I'm giving him different styles of beats, you know, like far, like, from what he was coming with, you know what I mean? I just really wanted to like give him something different when it came to original music. I didn't want to give him the same shit he was coming with when a sense of dubs or like different styles, you know what I mean? Like, I really heard him on a different kind of gangster vibe, you know what I mean?
I've been plotting to run on you with the gauge, shoot your face and knock off 8 braids. Ain't no fixing you when the doctors come through. Ain't no use trying stitching your face.
And like, that's what I really try to do with like, put like, you know, different tracks like What's Love, you know, all that money off this mixtape. Like, yo, tracks like those, you know, really try to like let him be a different artist, you know what I'm saying? As to like that southern kind of sound, you know, really give him like a 3-dimensional vibe, where it's like, you hear this song, but you hear this song, but then you hear this song, and it's just like, you know, well-rounded. And like, it was crazy, real exciting, you know what I'm saying?
Not a pot to piss in, this shit look apocalyptic. On the block we nippin', to the club, so rock we sippin'. Writtens get bitches drippy, they say that I'm agua spittin'. I was sitting watching play of what they deemed impossible is crazy. I'm actually here to tell the story, cause that night my knife nick part his heart like Corey. Sorry that I'm not sorry, but Corey is still on.
I don't know if you ever like listen to ever watch one of those Biggie documentaries, you know what I mean? And you hear like Nas or any of these next rappers talking about how Biggie did his shit. I swear to God, that's exactly how Quanche does his shit. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like, I remember like one of the first times we banged out, and like I'll never forget this. I handed him, I'm like, yo, what's good? He's like, yo, I'm writing. I'm looking at the behind, and I'm like, yo, you don't have no pen or pad, dog. What the fuck? He's like, yo, Track, shut the fuck up, I'm writing. I'm like, yo, dog, hang on. I had to stop the beat, I had to stop everything. I'm like, yo, what do you mean, dog? Me and K-Dot are just cracking weird jokes on the man. He's like, yo, you have no pen and pad, man. What are you writing? The man just finally exposed his secret. He's like, yo, I do it in my head. I write in my head, and then play the fucking beat. And I'm like, alright, cool. Let him finish that track, and then I said, yo, dog, what do you mean? What do you mean you do this in your head? And man's like, yo, I imagine like pen, paper, that literally, and just writing in his head, and like that's how he formulates his shit. And like, it's like, it didn't, at first I'm like, this guy's bullshit, I have to see this again. So I banged on the beat right there, right there, banged that out. He's like, alright, let's go in the booth. I swear to God, I was like, holy shit, this guy really just did that. You know what I mean? Like, and like, I swear to God, any producer that's around him that like even sees how he works, his code of conduct, just wants to work with him. You know what I mean? Just really wants to work with him. Fuck money, fuck promotion, fuck any of that shit. Here's a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen it time and time again. People get in contact with me on the bait book, you know what I'm saying? Facebook. Contact me on my Twitter, you know what I'm saying? Fuck. You just gotta Google that shit. I can't even remember my shit right now. Fuck. But yeah, right now I'm kind of incognito for the moment, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much exclusive to Easy Mac, but if need be, if you really want that beat, you know what I'm saying? And if you really want to work with Track-T and get that sound that Heartless got, that and Quanche had, you know what I'm saying? If you really want that, then you can holler at, Juice, president of Easy Mac. You can holler at Kamikaze, you know what I'm saying? Talk to these niggas every day, so it's nothing, you know what I mean? They're always exposed to our online social network, so you can always contact them and they'll contact you right back instantaneously if you really want that Track-T sound. You know what I mean? Aside from that, for the moment, I'm just really about to put in some more work, about to lock down and get it popping because shit's going down.